Hey YouTube, this is the Everyday Prepper. Thanks for joining me. We're just going to talk about some essential parts of your everyday carry. And in this particular episode of the series, we're talking about the cell phone, in particular the smartphone. And the smartphone, though, is it's just an amazing revolution. It's evolved over the last few decades to the point that we have it now, and it's like a pocket-sized computer. And it just gives you an amazing array of capabilities. And when I started to write this list just for some talking points, I just kept on writing more and more. And I was like, how many different features does a phone have for real? And my smartphone is what you would call probably the middle of the road, just kind of like the average. And even on my phone, it was an amazing thing. I wouldn't be surprised if there was many hundreds of different things that this phone can do. No doubt about it. I just wrote a few handfuls of things that are the most common that I use it for. These are things that can be very useful for everyone, but especially for the prepper. It gives you the capability to organize and to do things. And so I think this is what you would have to say is another true example, just like the items that we've been talking about in this series. I mean, this is a really good example of a force multiplier. I mean, you have something that it's a relatively small, lightweight object, the phone, that literally can provide numerous capabilities that we didn't even have just even a few years ago, at least some of them. And so let's go down the list here. It's obviously to make phone calls. And of course, that's kind of how the whole thing started. We wanted to have a means to go more mobile. And so we were able to make phone calls. And that was a big deal. And with that, you were able to leave like messages on voicemail. That was a new thing too back in the day. And then the text messaging came in. Of course, text messaging now is really primitive and they have so many different new forms of it. They even have like Skyping, which is kind of like a newer form of that to some degree. But even with basic texting now, you can not only just text, but you can text video and pictures and audio files and all kinds of stuff. So it's like a multimedia type of application now. Research is also a real big thing that you can do with the phone. Something that I do with my phone more than anything else. I do talk on my phone quite a bit, but in terms of actually being able to use the internet as a resource, I truly do. I use it as entertainment as well, but it just happens that most of my entertainment is research. I get a real big kick out of learning new stuff. So it's all kind of all mixed in with me. And I really enjoy using the internet. We have email and social media, more ways to connect. There's so many different ways that a phone can connect you with another person. It's very interesting. It's almost like this resource that gathers the information you seek. It's just another tool for awareness, really. And then we come to apps. Man, there's like thousands of apps. I have quite a few apps on my phone. I was just looking at my phone to see what I do have on my phone. And I have like over 220 apps. And I just don't remember even putting all those on there. It's like, that's a lot of apps. But they can be a lot of prepping related apps that have more to do with preparation. And of course, they're, using the word survival apps, but there are some survival apps that are kind of help you to get through more difficult challenges, and practical application apps, just apps that could be like a reference apps. If you're like doing a wood project, like a wood building project, like maybe you're just needing to kind of figure out different dimensions or do math problems or solve different types of equations. There's all kind of apps that can help you do that. And it could be just something as simple as having an app to help you with your grocery list or a shopping list or a birthday list to keep that up to date, or who and what you're going to get for Christmas. Who's going to get what, if you will. So we also have cameras, the light feature on our phone. So it's like our phones also can be a flashlight, audio recorder, a document storage capability. Movie player. You can download your coupons in your phone. You don't need to clip them anymore. You got a clock. And you also have an alarm clock. A calendar, a reminder in the calendar to do certain things. You have road maps, GPS, satellite navigators, digital wallets. I've seen people now, they don't even carry a wallet anymore. It's like I don't know how it all works, but they can scan things. So maybe their credit card or something like that, they can scan it on the actual screen of their phone. I've seen people do a lot of those kind of things. I don't deal with the digital wallet, but that's supposedly it's there. And all kinds of personal finance, managing type of software that's available. I use the word processor. I downloaded that and it works really well. I'm writing my ebook on my phone actually, which is kind of crazy, but so far it's going okay. And the last thing I'm going to just kind of finish out with here is different, monitoring of airwaves. Police scanners, public safety, AM, FM, shortwave, weather band radios. You can actually, have apps that will scan for that region that you live in or wherever you're wanting to listen to over the airwaves. And, there's even phones that have an actual built-in receiver. Most of the time it's limited to about, FM. But for the most part, a lot of the apps and the ability to go online to search to hear what's over the airwaves, it's there for you. You can do it. So that's just a snapshot for cell phones. For preppers, it is pretty much in the modern day. It's a pretty essential tool. Now, is it something that you have to carry around for life and death reasons? No, but I mean, if you get in a real pickle, man, you would be really happy to have someone you can call to help you bail you out of that situation, or to reinforce, your situation so that you can actually, weather it better. But yeah, so that's what I have here is the cell phone. We don't typically forget about this one, and so this is one that we typically have. I mean, there are some people who still don't have cell phones. But even if you don't have a modern cell phone, it may be something to look into, even just for a backup system, to get even when those throwaway flip phones or whatever they have at Walmart or wherever they sell these, the no contract phones. I think they're going for $20 to $30 typically, and you can just pay month to month. There's no contract. So that could be an option just to have it as a backup, even if you don't want to, create a habit of using it to talk to people, just to have it in your vehicle or have it on your person just in case, medical emergency or anything. Maybe your car breaks down. It's really not a bad idea, especially because it's so affordable now. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all your support. Hopefully this will help us continue to move toward becoming a better everyday prepper. Thanks for watching.